wondered why the market always goes against you? Many times after you've bought a share, then share prices started to drop. Is it because that the market doesn't like you? How do we overcome this situation then? M+Wiz, which alerts on potential entry for trending stocks, might do the trick for you. Is that all for the Wiz feature? Not at all. To find out more, please visit us at mplusonline.com/wiz. Have you ever wondered why the market always goes against you? Many times after you've bought a share, then share prices started to drop. Is it because that the market doesn't like you? How do we overcome this situation then? M+Wiz, which alerts on potential entry for trending stocks, might do the trick for you. Is that all for the Wiz feature? Not at all. To find out more, please visit us at mplusonline.com/wiz.
Okay. Hi, good evening, everyone. Hi, Casey. Good evening. All right. Okay. Um, it's a wonderful Thursday. Okay. We just had we just experienced 2 days of a bullish market in our local KRC market for Wednesday and Thursday. And I think it's a good time for us to have some section chit chat and some sharing section together. Okay, so good evening, everyone. My name is Elky here today with you guys. Okay, and today we will be having these introductory sections. Okay, for some of the new traders, newcomers into this market, KIC market, stocks markets. Okay, and share with them some of the facts and also experience on how to start investing and trading. Okay, so if you are a seasoned traders, then of course this would be quite boring sections and topics for you. Okay, but if you have friends or families that you think that they are interested in stock trading, they do not know where to get started, what to do, all these things. Okay, just feel free to tag them under the comments so that they can join us and watch back the video later when they are free. Okay, because our video will be available on our Facebook videos and also on our YouTube channel, M Plus Online TV. Okay, and again, good evening, everyone. This is Elky here with you guys today. Yep. Okay. Um, let me start my section with a disclaimer. Okay. Good evening, Miss Chin. Good evening, Kenny. Okay. Glad to see you guys. All right. Okay, so all the information that I'm sharing today is more towards for illustration and also investor education purposes only. Okay, so for those who do not familiar with who I am, the name Elky. Okay, this is me. All right, I'm actually a speaker from M Plus Online, and I have been in this industry coming to 10 years. Okay, this year it will mark the 10 years. Okay, I started as a futures dealer. I didn't straight away start in the stock markets. I started as a futures dealer and I picked up my trading skills and also knowledge starting from futures, CFD, commodities, um, der- um, derivative, FX, all this thing. And in 2015, that was the time that I started to get more familiar with equities on the retail market side and also join M Plus. And from then until now, I've been with M Plus and I've been the speaker for M Plus for the past 7 years. All right. So like I was sharing with you guys just now, I started my journey and know about start to learn about stock markets, all this thing back in 2015. And that time when I was started to look more into stocks as retail traders, okay, as a dealer on the retail basis. At first I thought that I know everything. Okay, that's how funny I was when I look back from now, because back then when I started with M Plus Online, that time already have a 4 to 5 years experience in futures, in prop trading, and people always have been looking at futures trading, derivative. All this is a more exciting market. So when I come to stock equities, I was like, oh, okay, it's gonna be easy. It's not really that difficult, and I can just use back all the skills that I learned in derivative, in trading futures, CPO, all this thing, and just exactly use them in the stock markets. And guess what? That's totally not the same thing. Okay, in stock markets, it's a different battlefield. Okay, and when I started with that kind of mindset back in 2015, I failed miserably. Okay, personally, I failed miserably. Okay, and from then, from that time onwards, I start to pick up the skills, start to pick up the thing that I have to learn. I learned everything all over again, and eventually I found out that during the process when just started, I have committed so many mistakes, and all these mistakes I would believe many new traders, new investors in this market, they could easily experience the same thing. Okay, so if you are new today, if you are just joining us or joining the stock markets, just started to trade, below are some of the mistakes that personally I have committed. I have done it. Okay, and I think that it's good for me to share with you guys, so that you guys, at least you guys, can be more aware that this might happen to you. Okay, and you might able to avoid it. Okay, uh, it happened to me, and I really hope that someone have told me earlier. Okay, told me about all these mistakes earlier, all these errors that could be done earlier, and I could have avoided. Okay, one of the biggest mistake that I have committed when I just started trading in stocks, okay, is I listened and traded based on tips. Oh, good tips, okay. I believe many of you guys right here, um, you'll be thinking, hey, you as a dealers, you have all these tips, you have all this so-called you are getting so near to the source of the rumors, all these things, then you guys should be making a lot lah. Okay, that is the common thinking of the public, or of most of the retail traders. Okay, yeah, there are so many rumors, so many sayings, all this in the market. And when I just started trading, I listened and I did trade based on all these tips. And it was the biggest mistake that I have done. Why? Imagine today, if you listen to the tips, you bought into the tips, and the share price didn't turn as expected. Okay, didn't turn out to be what you are anticipating. You might, the very first thing that you do, you might call up your friend saying, hey, this stock how can hold. Then maybe your friend will say, yeah, the tips is good, it will come someday. Okay, someday, yeah. Okay, someday, we never know when is the exact date. Okay, so when by the time it goes on and on with that tips, and if you really have the faith with the tips, eventually it might come someday. But whether are you still there during that someday, that's the another question. Okay, because the share price might having a roller coaster. It might be from 1 ringgit drop all the way to 30-40 cents, and then all the way come back to 1 ringgit 50 or 2 ringgit level. That might happen. Okay, we never know what is the trading plan of the counterparty, of the fella that told us the tips. Okay, so if we just listen and trade based on the tips given, it's very hard for us to manage our trading plan. The only thing that we can do is call a friend and ask whether is the tip still eligible, still valid or not. And most of the time they will tell you that it is valid. And most of the time they will tell you, wait, it will come. And many times, I know you guys love, for me, many times I will have to cut loss at a really big losses. Normally it's more than 50%. Okay, because I will be waiting and waiting and waiting, and then in the end, tak boleh tahan, cut. Okay, yeah, and some of those so-called tips, it never come true. Thing changes and never get an updates about it. Okay, so this was one of the biggest mistake that I ever experienced. And I always tell myself that never ever listen and trade based on tips, because you do not know you at the which tier hearing the tips. You might be the first tier, okay, or you might be the last tier, or the fifth or sixth tier, after the share price has already been going up and rallied so high. Okay, so for new traders, tips, high risk, high reward. it could be low reward because if the share price go up, you might just get out. Okay, but if it is a genuine tips, it's a valid one, it might shoot up really strongly. But most people, most retail traders, they just gonna get peanuts from it. Okay, so for me, it's a low reward, high risk kind of thing. Okay, so for me, I would say that I would advise that for new traders, new investors, avoid tips. That will save you a lot, tons of money. Okay, and then second thing, okay, bought into some of the lousy fundamental counters companies, and thinking that it is laggard. Okay, what do I mean by this? Okay, um, when I always talk to my clients, my client asks me what the stocks to buy, all this. Okay, normally I will advise them to look into um the market leader. Okay, and for market leaders, most of them they are not. I don't want to use the word cheap. I will use that the price might be higher than the penny stocks, yeah, the penny counters. Okay, of course they are, they can be blue chips, they having good fundamentals, some of them they are giving dividends. Okay, their price is definitely higher than them. And my client will ask, hey Elky, you asked me to buy this stock 3 ringgit. If I buy the same sector, but same sector penny stocks, it 30 cents, I can buy 10 times the volume. And for 30 cents counter, if you move 1 cent higher, 31 cents, I'm already making like what, 3% already. Yeah, you're right, nothing wrong thinking about that. But eventually, during my experience, when I have been looking into these markets, usually I would prefer those blue chips, those stronger fundamentals counters, because those, especially the market leaders, okay, um, because when there is a movement, especially it's a genuine movement, trading interest in the sector itself, normally the market leader is the one that moving very strongly, and it will be trending strongly upwards. Why it is so is because imagine today you are a fund managers. We don't think ourselves as a retail traders. If you're fund managers, you are seeing that this sector is gonna perform so well. The business gonna make good money. Would you put your funds into a penny stocks, or would you put your funds into a market leader, the market leader counters, the company? Of course, you're gonna put into the blue chips one, right? Okay, and with all these funds going in, that's gonna push the share price. Okay, so for the penny counters, the smaller players, yes, the share price might move. It can be laggard. There might be some opportunities right over there. But if we are trading for a bigger swing, for a longer term, of we always want to focus at the market leader. And that I learned it by playing. Okay, because I remember, I think it's in 2016. Okay, it was a strong run for glove during 2016, and I was looking at some of the glove counters, Hatalega, all this, they have been rallying really really strongly, and that time Rubberex was lagged. Okay, and we know, if we compare the fundamental between the Rubberex and also the Hatalega, definitely Hatalega, Top Glove, Supermax, they overperform compared to Rubberex. While all these blue chips glove counters moving really really strongly, Rubberex is not moving at all. And during that time, I thought that it was lagged, and it was good to buy into Rubberex because eventually it will move. Okay, and in the end, it moved. Really, it moved downwards somehow. And I don't know why, I just cut loss, and that's all. Okay, and from that time onwards, I always only focus on the market leader. Okay, and if you are talking about in the year 20, 2020, yes, Rubberex, K Plus, all these things, they move. But this situation only happen if the sector really have a super bull run. Okay, and that would lift it. It's all the penny counters as well. Okay, uh, if a normal bull run, I would advise new traders, new investors to always focus on the market leaders. Okay. The third one, I this one I believe some of the traders right here, if you have trade some for some time, maybe you also experience this. Uh, what is this is from trading and then eventually become investing, and because if after I bought it, the share never go up, and then since the fundamental is okay, still making money, even it hit the short-term trading cut loss, I would say, never mind lah. This stock is okay. It's just a pullback. It's a slightly deeper pullback. I just hold it. It's good to hold for investing as well. All right. Yeah, and that is one of the mistakes that's cost me a fortune as well, because eventually we know how Top Glove still making money, still giving dividends, going from 10 ringgit after bonus, okay, adjusted after bonus, 10 ringgit all the way to today 1 ringgit 60 cents. You also can see how the technology stocks um drag back from 7 ringgit something, go to 2 ringgit plus today. Okay, so even for a good company, a good fundamental company, if you points to do, if you intend to do the short-term trading and you put a stop loss, please do not turn it become a long-term investing when the result is not within your anticipation. Okay, just stop loss, cut loss, and then look for the next one. There are so many opportunities in this market. Okay, when you're prolonging the stop loss, you are just enlarging your losses in long term. Okay, because sometimes the share price will rebound, but most of the time the trend gonna just prolong and also extend into a deeper retracement or even a selling trend, and that will cause quite a number of losses. Okay, and last one, we buy on news. Okay, the last one, buy on news. Okay, um when I was trading commodities, all this thing, when the news out, yeah, it's very exciting to trade on news. The volatility is there. Okay, but that's not really the case for the stocks markets. Okay, in stock markets, everything, because the news they build up gradually. Okay, so most of the time, if from what I experienced, if I buy on news, especially the news that people has been expecting, okay, for example, the reopening of the border. Okay, I believe many of you guys have been heard that the reopening of the border gonna happen soon and soon, and finally this week we got it, and it's gonna reopen on the April 1st of April, April's Fool Day. All right, okay, and imagine on the next day, when market open, and you go and buy Capital A Asia, or you buy Genting Malaysia, all these tourism stocks. Okay, uh intraday it will be a losing position. Okay, it open gap up, push up a little bit, and then all the way down already, because in this market we always buy on expectation and sell on news. Okay, we take profit on news. So when you start to anticipating something to happen, okay, buy it before the exact news release. And when the exact news release, when the share price really move up, that's the time for us to take profits, okay, and enjoy the profits. Okay, but of course, for those immediate beneficiary, like airport, okay, that really benefited immediately from the reopening of the border, you can see the share price is consistently moving higher. Okay, but for those like one indirect beneficiary, the share price normally will experience some of the profit taking. Okay, so these are some of the experience and also the mistakes that I have done, I've committed throughout all these years. Okay, and I paid it. Okay, so that I can share with you guys today. All right, so for you guys right here, if you are a seasoned traders, I hope it works as a reminder for you. Okay, and if you're not agree or what, or you have committed other mistakes that you would like to share with us, feel free to put down at the comment columns. Okay, meanwhile we will go to the next part. Okay, so we talk about all these mistakes, all these things that we want to avoid, Then how to start trading? Actually, trading is a very simple thing. It's a very simple gesture. Okay, you can see from our trading platform, from our YouTube channel, M Plus Online TV. They teach you how to trade. Okay, trading on the M Plus Online apps. How to trade? You just need your finger, put in your user ID, password, then you search for the counters, start keying in already. Simple, right? Okay, I believe everyone know how to do the trading, how to press the buttons, all these things. But how do we able to achieve our goal in trading or investing? Okay, everyone to do trading, everyone to invest in this market, everyone is asking how. It's not about how we do trading or we do investing. It's always about how can we achieve what we want in trading or in investing. And before we can go into these questions, we need to ask ourselves, what is the thing would we would able to put in? What is our goal? Is it that our goal we want to make money consistently every day? Is it that we want to have a side income? Or are you treating in this investing this platform as a savings for your retirement or for your futures, for your kids, for your families, all this? These are some of the questions that we have to ask ourselves. What do we want from this market? Okay, we really have to ask ourselves so that we can know what is the outcome that we desire, and then we can set a game plan towards it in order for us to achieve what we want. Okay, and to achieve what we want, basically you have to select your path. For new traders, okay, or new investors, I would say it's better to just focus on one. Yes, if you have been in this market long enough, you can choose to do short-term positioning and also long-term investing all together. No issue. But if today you are new in this market, I would say that don't confuse yourself. Start with one. Ask yourself, what do you want and what you can commit? When I say commit is mainly not the money, yeah. Okay, it's never about the money. Okay, everyone in stock trading, stock investing, it doesn't need a huge amount of money. It's more towards the time and effort that you can commit. For example, if you decided that you want to do short-term trading, you need to commit the time every day to look at the market and find that one or two trades to do for intraday trading or control. If you want to do positioning trading every day after work, after the market close or during the market itself, you need to spend some time to look after what's happening in the market, what are the events and opportunities that lie in the market so that you can do the positioning accordingly. And if you do not have all this time, you have really a very busy schedule, then you might want to go into investing. Looking forwards, looking towards into looking into a macro view of the markets of our the national outlook or even global outlook, and invest into the correct sectors and correct stocks. So those are the differences that you have to ask yourself how much you can commit, and then from there decide your path. And of course, today I'm gonna go through all three of them. What are things that a new trader should know and you can do as a as a novice trader, okay? And what are the things that you can pay attention to, okay? Let's start with short-term trading. Okay, for short-term trading, we always talk about the opportunities. What are those opportunities in this market? Because what we want is we want to keep on spotting what's happening in the markets, what are the opportunities, what are things that we can do, and then we're going to trade, get the money, and get out, and then we move on to the next trades or the next day. Okay. So one thing that really, really important when it comes to short-term trading is we really need to know how the market gonna react today. What is the market sentiment? What are the potential sectors that can give us the money, give us the profits, okay, and how we act towards it. For example, how do we know the market sentiment? One simple way is by referring reference from the US overnight markets. Basically, this one I got it from investing.com. You just go to investing.com and then you look at the world indexes, okay, the major indexes. Right over there, it will shows all these major indexes in the world over the global. Okay, so every day in the morning, if you intend to do short-term trading, intraday trading, all this, we really want to know what is the expected sentiment of our market today. First thing is look at how is the overnight US performance, whether if there is any positive movement or negative news developments happening. Okay, you can see yesterday Dow Jones, S&P 500, Nasdaq, all this they have been move up really really strongly, especially Nasdaq up 3.59%. Usually, if it goes up by 1%, it's considered quite a very strong, already, very positive already. And yesterday, Nasdaq up 3.59% is a strong rebound. And early in the morning, we can see Nikkei, Japan, and also Australia also have been moving higher. Regional sentiment, regional breadth also very positive. So for the day itself, we will say, okay, US market overnight closed strongly. This morning, Japan markets, regional Asia market also reacting positively. Our local index, local market should be quite positive as well. The sentiment should be okay. At least we shouldn't see sell down at the opening unless there is um, at least any special local news happening at our local site. Okay. Yeah. So after 9 o'clock opening, then 9 o'clock to 9:30, we will see Shanghai, Hang Seng, all this open, and of course we want to refer to all these Chinese markets to see whether there is any change in the sentiment. And afternoon section after lunch break, then we want to look at the European markets to see how is the sentiment happening in the European markets so that we can gauge what might be the movement for the overnight US markets and also positioning accordingly if we want to hold some overnight position, contra maybe. Okay, whether to add on more positions before the closing, buying some of the sectors that might continue to move higher. Like these 2 days, technology stocks has been moving really, really strongly. Yesterday, the DAX already moved up very strongly before our stock market closed at 5 p.m. And if you think that the technology stock could move higher, then you might want to start positioning some of the position, initiate a small position overnight. Because if like this morning when the US market closed in such a strong bullish notes, most of the technology counters they just open gap up. If you chase high and buy, you might buy at the high price. Okay, so this is the one of the reason why for the short-term traders, short-term traders, they might want to look at what's happening in the European market as well to gauge the sentiments that might carry towards the US market later on. Okay, so these are some of the things that we can look at for short-term trading to identify the sentiment of the markets. All right. Okay. So yes. So let's continue with today's case study. We know that the US market is very positive. US stock surge, and if we look through what happened in the US market, we can see that basically the rally is led by financials and technology shares. And if we look at what happened yesterday, most of the sectors that most of the stocks that move up higher, they are the tech stocks, and we barely see much financials or banking stocks rebounded strongly. The one that rebounded a little bit stronger is CIMB. Other than that, we don't see too many of the financial counters rebounded. Okay, and guess what happened today? Technology is still the strongest, but for financial services, banking, all this, they also up by 2.08%. Just based on these two informations, okay, based on the information that we know that the regional, and regional are very bullish. It's likely that our local FPM KLSI to be bullish as well, and people focus is on technology and also financial services. Then we might want to look into some of the technology counters and also financial services, finance, banking counters on our local site for trading. Okay. All right. Okay. There is a question how to find out the time closing for each regional and global to expect KLSI sentiments. Okay. So that's why I was sharing with you guys the time chronological just now. When before the market starts, before the market open at 8 o'clock, okay, US market already closed at right now it's 5 a.m. 5 a.m. Okay, and then the Nikkei Japan market has opened as our 8 a.m. at our time. Okay, so at that time we already can see what is happening in Japan, what is happening in Australia. Australia is even earlier. Our time I think is 7 a.m. Okay, and when our market opened, Singapore market also already opened, Chinese markets and also Hang Seng market open within 9 to 10. So that time, from there we can actually already see whether the sentiment continue to strengthen or it go weaker. Okay, and in the afternoon, 3 right now because of the daylight savings, 4 p.m. the European market will open, and 4 p.m. you can look at the how the DAX performing, how the UK side is doing all this. Okay, and then that's all. Okay, until 5 p.m. So basically, these are some of the timeline that you just need to check at what time the exchange open at that particular country or region, the exchange opening time. Then you can look at it already. All right. Okay, so if like let's say for today, when we are looking at the technology has already moved up high and most of them they open gap up, then we might want to look into another sector like the financials. One of it that one of my client pick is Alliance Bank ABNB. Okay, ABNB. Okay, Airbnb whereby it just opened on the M15 15 minutes. You can see double bottom gap up breakout of the midpoint. So this is a bullish movement that might happen on ABNB. Okay, so you can see it's very easy. Just buy at the opening 336. Okay, and then within 30 minutes you just make and get out. So it's a very good 1+% of profits today. Okay, about 1.5%. So if we able to spot just one trade like this every day, 1.5% out of 20 trading days, then that give us a 30% increase in our capital. Okay, that's a 30% gain monthly. Okay, what you need is just one intraday trade every day. Okay, and that haven't include the overnight trading. If we position in a small overnight positions before the market closed yesterday and today gap up, we just sell and take profits. Okay, but of course, before we can press the button and do the trading, these are some of the homework that we have to do. We have to read what happened in the US market. We have to see how is the sentiment, all these things. So you can see the sentiment analysis and also the sector analysis give us the edge to be trade for the first trading hours. So for short-term traders, it's very important for you to know when is the crucial time for the within this KLSC trading hours. Okay, from 8:30 to 9 a.m. that is the time when all these new orders will come in and you can start placing your order already. And it's very important because you always want to know where is the potential opening price, and you can get the good price, the nice price, or even the queue at the best price, the best position ever, so that you can get the good price. And also you can see this is the before one is the last time you can put in the order to ensure you can get the get your shares before the market close. Okay. And okay, Calvin is asking, can we actually place order after 4:45 and buy between 4:46 to 5 p.m.? Okay, from 4:45 p.m. to 4:50 p.m., the market will stop. Okay, it will be like the pre-opening time. They will have a pre-closing time. Okay, from 4:45 to 4:50 p.m. That is the pre-closing, and you can place your order. Okay, it will be the same as the opening at 9 a.m. or 2:30 a.m. At 4:50 p.m., it will open at the match price, okay, based on the bid and ask of 4:45 and 4:50. And from 4:50 onwards, it only will trade at the last price. So meaning the price won't change anymore after 4:50 p.m. It only will trade based on the 4:50 p.m. price. So if during the time, if you want to buy, you have to make sure the at the 4:50 p.m. onwards, the price is at the offer so that you can buy. If it's on the bid, you can only queue and wait. Okay. So if you really want to buy the share at the closing from 4:45 to 4:50 p.m., you really want to put higher price so that you can buy it at the closing. Okay, and after 4:50 p.m., you only can trade at the last price that it shows, which is the closing price. Okay, so this is how it will look like when it comes to pre-opening or pre-closing. Okay, you can see the price will look very funny one. Okay, like for let's say for this fella Asia, or this during this time the name haven't changed to capital A. Yeah? Okay, this fella really want to buy Asia at 85 cents. So he although maybe the last price is at 0.84, he just load up a huge position, a huge bid, okay, to buy at 85 cents, and that actually drive the opening become 85 cents because 8,210 lots, it will just take up all the sellers right over here, okay, and it becomes the buyer all the way until 85 cents, okay. So if we look at the MMC corporate over here, okay, we can see that although there are some of the a higher bid price and also a lower offer price, we can see 1 ringgit 15 cents. Okay, 1 ringgit 15 cents is the theoretical opening, because if we take the bid, the best buy, the lot number of lots order at the bid, and also compare with the offer, the number of offer, we can see the matching will be at 1 ringgit 15 cents. Okay, it will be at 1 ringgit 15 cents. So the market will open at 1 ringgit 15 cents, 1 ringgit 14 buy, and 1 ringgit 15 sell, because the number of buyers, the number of lots that are willing to buy at 1 ringgit 15 cents and above, it only can reach to 1 ringgit 15 cents. So the TO is 1.15. Okay, so a very simple trick. If you look at the TO at 1 ringgit 15 cents and then you want to cut Q, okay, you want to cut Q to buy, okay, at 1 ringgit 15 cents, you can put 1 ringgit 16 cents over here at the bid. If the TO never changed until the opening, okay, then your order will cut the queue in front of all these people that queue at 1 ringgit 15 cents. You'll be in front of them. You get it first, okay, but still match at 1 ringgit 15 cents. All right. So for the 270 lots that putting the queue at 1 ringgit 23 cents or 1 ringgit 18 cents, at the opening, if it's still at 1 ringgit 15 cents, although they put their queue to buy at 123 and 118, their order will still match lower based on the TO at 1 ringgit 15 cents. Okay, so this is the trick that we need to really know and put a good use of it so that we can get a better price during the opening or during the closing. Okay, so when do you place the order for 1 ringgit 15 cents? Yes, it's between 4:45 to 4:50 p.m. During that 5 minutes before the market close. Okay, if for the pre-opening, it will be before 9 a.m. in the morning. Okay, so the TO itself is the theoretical opening price. Do bear in mind that this TO, it will keep on changing. So if in the between someone withdraw the sell order of 1 ringgit 15 cents, okay, if it withdraw and then your 1 ringgit 16 cents can will take up all the 1 ringgit 15 cents to enrich 1 ringgit 16 cents, then the TO will change to 1 ringgit 16 cents already. Okay, and if you spotted that is a dash at the TO, means there is no matching. Okay, there's no matching for the opening, so you just open based on the bid and ask without matching any order. All right. Okay. Yep. Okay. So after the market open, you will see this is the theoretical opening price under the TO over here. Okay. And another thing that's for short-term traders, you guys, if you really want to go into short-term trading path, you also can gauge our local sentiment, local market sentiment based on the gainers and decliners over here. Okay, I'm not sure if you guys are aware or not that on top of our price codes, there is an up arrow which indicates for the gainers and the down arrows indicates for the decliners. Okay, so usually if we see the gainers and decliners somewhere around 300 to 400 like this, okay, it's pretty much sideways. The market is going to not towards any strong directions. There might be some sectors performing, but most of the sectors might not performing. Okay, maybe just one sectors or two that is doing really well. Okay, but if we are seeing the numbers or the numbers going below 200s while another side going 600s, okay, then it will be really more clear that the market might be going on a direction, either it's bullish or bearish. Okay, and some days we will be seeing the gainers or the decliners might hit 900 to over 1000. Okay, and that is the time that we really want to monitor to see if there will be a reversal in the short-term trend or not. Okay, usually when I see the market down more than 1000 counters, normally it doesn't last more than 2 days. Okay, then the market will start to rebound and there might be some bargain hunting opportunities arise from that. Okay, so the sentiment is really important for us to gauge what might happen on the day itself and also the next day. Okay, like let's say for today, at the early in the morning, I'm already seeing 200 plus counters up while only less than 100 counters down. So from there, I kind of have an idea. Okay, the market is pretty much towards buying today. Okay, yeah. On the other hand, for position trading, the same trading, but for more towards positioning, we have to rely more towards market analysis and also technical tools. Okay, you can see from the intraday trading, I didn't mention too much on the technical analysis, technical tools, all this. Yeah, there are some, but the key thing is we need to identify which are those counters, the sectors that can move. Okay, then we take the opportunities to trade from there. Okay, but when it comes to positioning, it's talking about view and analysis of the whole market, which are the stocks that can move, which are the sectors that can sustain for a longer period of time. Okay, well, an example in the year 2020, okay, right now we talk all the way back in 2020. Okay, Japan quarter four aluminum premium, it rises as the demand recovers, and they even put up the aluminum stock at Port Klang, telling us the transaction of the aluminum demand has been really, really strong happening on aluminum. Okay, so when that happens, okay, on the same day itself, early in the morning, even before 8 a.m., before the order can start putting in, okay, we read the news, then that is the time. The first thing that has to come into mind is, okay, with the demand going up strongly, okay, the supply might be affected due to the logistic disruption happening since the COVID, okay. And with this fundamentally back analysis, we want to look into some of the aluminum related company like LB Alum and also the P Metal. And guess what? Where is the price for P Metal during this time at September 2020, 25th September 2020? It was just right over here. Okay, this was the 25th of September in the year 2020. Okay, and at that time everyone is so crazy, so fond with the glove counters. Okay, but this is what I was looking at, aluminum counters, because the market is telling me that they are a strong demand, and it is happening. Okay, it is happening already. And if we look into the technical side, we can see that during this time it's just going on sideways, but overall trend is okay. It is above the 200 moving average. Okay, and from there it has moved up all the way. We can see it's a very strong uptrend. Even until today, it's up more than 100% from this point onwards. Okay, and in the month of September, this price metal wasn't this price met this price metal wasn't at the high. It wasn't at the low as what it was happening in the uh it wasn't happening in the like what happened in the March 2020. Okay, because in March 2020 we knew that all the whole market collapsed and all the share price has gone down really low. Okay, in September 2020 many counters has really recovered from the low, and we can see that P metal has moved up higher. Okay, but during that time we know that the demand was there, and also it is good for us to look into it with such a strong demand happening in this industry. All right. Okay, so if we look at the LB alum, we can see that for LB alum, it is also from all the way right here. It had a really strong rally last year in April, and after that, the share price pretty much going more towards stagnant and sideways from there onwards until today. But even talking so, we can see from that time until right now, okay, from that time until right now, we can see that the share price also moved almost 100% higher from September 25th. Okay, so this is how we do the market analysis. I didn't use anything special. Okay, I didn't use anything special. What I use is just a simple tool, reading on the news and also looking at the chart and make sure it is above the trend lines. Okay, and that lead us to the technical tools that I would suggest to you guys. Okay, I would prefer to use trend trading tools, which for me is moving average. Okay, basically I will use two moving average line to determine. You can see from what I was sharing there. Okay, one is 20 days moving average, and another one is the long term one for 200 days moving average. Okay, so for those who never attend to my moving average strategy session before, you can scan on this QR code to join my to review and play back on my MA rebound strategy video. Okay, yep. Okay, so basically we can use the technical entry to go in using the 20 days MA rebound strategy. All right. And if we base on the strategy basically is very simple. It's just that the price have to be above 20 days moving average and break above the recent high, which it happened right over here at 2 ringgit 60 cents. Okay, this is when the article was published, and this is where the technical entry it happens. Okay, and from there onwards, we can see that the share price has been moving higher and it never trade lower until over here, whereby we see the selling stay below the 20 days moving average and break lower. So how we go in, we get out. Okay, how we go in is the share price above the moving average, stagnant and break higher. So right over here also the share price below the 20 days moving average and break lower, and this is where we got out. And for these positions, we will able to get out more than 50% of gains, okay, in the time frame of about 4 months. Okay, three to 4 months. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, 4 months. Okay, all right. Okay, so 4 months is quite a long time, right? Okay, so that's why when I was talking about positioning, we need to ensure that we able to commit some time to look at the markets every day to ensure that we able to put in some time to make sure the price is not hitting our stop, the price is still trending higher, the things is still in line over there. Okay, but if I do understand that sometimes people might have to walk away and be away from the markets. So for positioning, you might want to look into stop limit functions that us M Plus Online able to offer you. Okay, I remember just now I saw a question asking, eh, what M Plus can offer. Okay, so from feature wise, Charlie, this is one of the feature that we provide to our client, the stop limit feature. Okay, where it can help you to put a stop limit price when you're away from the market, and if it break below the stop limit price, it can help you to get out, either get out from experiencing further losses or protect your profits. All right, it depends on you. Okay, yeah, and it's available on both mobile and PC platform, and you can set GTD, good due date, for it, so that once you set the stop limit price, it will stay there for up to maximum a month. Okay, then you do not have to be too worried about where the share price going to go, whether it gonna crash when you're away, all this. Okay, then you can have a ease of mind when you're working. So how to do it is actually very simple. For PC platform, you just put up your order box and then you choose the stop limit, and then you fill in everything accordingly. Okay, so once you select stop limit, the price and also the stop price will be available for you to put in. Okay, and if you want to use the phone, you can just change on the modality from limit to stop price. All right, okay. uh, so basically, what does it mean, the price and also the stop price? Some might confuse, here got stop price and here got price, what does it mean? Okay, so basically stock price itself, it is the price that we use it to activate the slipping stop limit order. Okay, so what does it mean by slipping stop limit order? Anyone know what is slipping stop limit order? Okay, I'm not seeing any comments. Okay, never mind. Okay, let me explain to you what is slipping stop limit order. Let's say today I put in okay, for BJ Corp. Okay, for BJ Corp. Okay, it is trading at 34 cents. I want to stop loss if the price trade to 32 cents. Okay, if the price go to 32 cents, I want to sell and stop loss. All right. Okay, so what do I do is I put my stop price at 32 cents. Okay, basically when I put my stop price at 32 cents and I put my price at 32 cents also. So meaning if the price trade to 32 cents, it will activate my this order and turn it into a sell order to sell based on my price 32 cents over here. Okay, so the stop price itself is like a trigger to the bomb. Okay, if the price go to 32 cents hitting the stop price, then it will trigger and sell the share based on the price over here. Okay, so once stop limit is triggered, stop price is triggered, then my stop limit order will become a normal sell order based on the price. So for the price I can put lower because I might worry that when 32 cents traded, it really become the offer. It might not match. So I can put my price below stop price, maybe like 31 and a half cents or 31 cents. So I have 1 cent gap. So if 32 cents is traded, I can sell any price as long it is 31 cents and above. Okay. Yep. So this is an example. Okay, BGK up at 34 cents. If the price drop to 32 cents, stop limit order will be triggered and sell at 31 cents. Okay. Okay. If when the stop price is triggered, okay, when the stop price is triggered at 32 cents, if my stop limit order is 100 lots, I still will sell it at 32 cents because there is enough shares over there for me to sell. However, if my stop lot limit is 200 lots, then I will be selling all the way down to 31 and a half. If I have, how about if I have more? Okay, if I have 400 lots, I will be selling, I would be taking 100 lots of 32 cents, 200 lots of 31 and a half cents, and 100 lot from 31 cents. And if that's not enough from 31 cents to 32 cents, then the remaining will be queuing at 31 cents as a sell order. Okay, basically that is the idea of the sell stop limit. If I put the price 1 or 2 tick below the stop price. Okay. Similarly, if you are using the buy stop limits, okay, for the technical traders, you already analyze how you want to trade it, and when the price break above certain level, you want to buy on breakouts, then you can use buy stop limit. Okay. For example, if you want to start buying, if it trade to 35 and a half cents and above, then you can put your stop price at 35 and a half, and then the price you can put at 35 and a half or even 36. Okay. Yep. So the things to really take note is for sell stop, your price have to equals or below the stop price, because you want to sell either at the stop price or even any price below it. Okay. For the buy stop is the opposite way. Okay. And one really important thing is if you really queue to sell for profit taking, then you cannot put for the sell stop. You can put either one at one time. Okay, this is to avoid that when the market is very volatile, it might hit both of them. Then your order will become, your position will become oversold. All right. Okay, so you can just only put either one of them. Okay, at one time. All right, and that would mark we done with the trading part. Okay, so we have already gone through how we can initiate, identify the sentiments, and also how we can look for the TO, all this thing for the sectors for the intraday short-term trading, and how we pick up the news, the information that available in these markets, identify the validness of the information, and then position in for a midterm kind of trading positioning. Okay, how about for investing, for a longer term kind of investing? Okay, for investing, for me, the really crucial part about investing is always about the mindset. Okay, because when we talk about investing, Okay, investing is very, very different from trading. Investing, we always want to buy when the price is cheap, but when the share price will become cheap, the share price is cheap only when there's no interest of people buying it, when everyone is selling, everyone is panicked. Like recently, when the Russian and Ukraine they started the war, everyone wanted to sell. Okay, people don't want to hold these risky assets, and that is the time where we can see some of the share become cheaper. Okay, or when the Feds decide that they're gonna increase the rates very soon, which is next week. Likely we'll see the increase the rate hikes. Okay, and funds are exiting the technology stocks, and that is the time where the share price got slightly cheaper compared to the 1 year ago, to the 1 year high. Okay, and once we also can identify whether it's cheap or it's overvalued based on PE, on price earnings ratio. Okay, and how we can execute it is we can use the technical tools. Just a simple support and resistance will do. Okay, uh, so for PE ratio, basically, many investors generally they look at PE ratio to see whether it's over or undervalued. But what actually determines whether this PE ratio, this number, is it a good number or not? Okay, uh, at our dealers Facebook page, okay, our M Plus Elite Circle, this is a Facebook page run by our dealers. Okay, on next Thursday, okay, next Thursday we'll be having a set education series, a knowledge series about PE ratio. So if you're interested, you can feel free to follow our page M Plus Elite Circle, and you will be alerted when the when the series is up about the PE ratio, and that would tell you what is the criteria, and also what are the characteristic of a good PE ratio. Okay, and below right over here are some of the knowledge series that we already released and available in our dealer Facebook page M Plus Elite Circle. Okay, so do feel free to like and follow our M Plus Elite Circle, and also check us on IG as well, Instagram. Okay, so these are some of the topics that's already available right over there. Okay, yep. Okay, so for PE ratio, personally, I will use it as how do I use it is I will compare to the average of the sector PE. Okay, so how do we get the PE for the counters? Is we just click on the customization columns button under financial info, and then you can find price earnings ratio. Okay, so from there you just click add and okay, then it will appear over here as a column. Okay, yeah, so for all the technology stocks that I put here, I pull up their PE, and for me to do, at least if I want to find a stocks for investing, the very first thing is I really want to find some stocks that their PE is below the average. Okay, uh, so if we look at technology stocks, because technology stocks has been really set on the selling downs, and some of the tech counters might be cheaper right now. Okay, so if we take the average PE, instead of 50 plus, the average PE is 38. We can see some of the good ones. Their PE is actually below the average PE. Okay, especially some of the tech counters have moved more than 30 to 40% from their year high. Okay, like Great Tech, it has moved more than 50% lower from there. Okay, then the second criteria is I really want to check on their profitability, whether they are still improving or not. Okay, so if their ratio is below the average sector PE, and they are still making money and their profits is still increasing every month, then I think it's quite safe for me to buy into these stocks for investing, right? Okay, so if we look into some of the counters that below the average PE, but the profitability is still improving, One of it is front can. Okay. And the next thing we want to do is identify the support and resistance. Okay, so this is the resistance, double top resistance. And then we can see these are some of the support level. And the support level, we can see 4 bottom right over here. This is definitely the support levels. And after that, after this support level, we can see it's quite clear until this level. Okay, so for front can, we can see it just come near to the support and rebounded all the way up. Okay, imagine when the price is at right over here at near 2 ringgit 20 cents, that time the PE is even lower, is even more attractive, while its profitability is still increasing. Then why don't we just pick up these stocks near the support level? Okay, because we know that the P is below the sector average, the industry average. The profitability is still going up, and it's trade near to the support. Everyone is fear and throwing this counter, and that was the good moment for us to pick up the share at the cheaper price. Okay, so that's why investing is very difficult, because you have to do it when people are not there to do it, to buy, especially when everyone is selling it. Okay, and for example, Inari, okay, we can see these are some of the support and resistance level that mark for Inari. Okay, and we can see for Inari, this is 3 or 4 points of the support levels that are happening. Similar thing is we see the selling downs. Inari P is below the average industry P. The profitability still increasing. It's a blue chips. Then the next question is, are we aware of this and decide we want to do trading about it? We want to do trading on this counter. Okay. Yeah, so these are some of the questions you have to ask yourself. Do you have that kind of mindset to buy when everyone is panic, and you have the holding power to hold through it? So for this case, Inari, it rebounded very strongly immediately. Okay, when it comes near to the support. Similarly, Unisem as well. Okay, so at this point, the Unisem share price the PE might really at below the average industry average, but yet if we follow the trading plan, we still have to buy into it. Okay, because we never know whether this sharp rebound will happen or not. Okay, but if we are investing, we are not talking about 1 or 2 days or 1 to 2 months. It might be longer. Okay, and when the thing normalize, okay, then we should see the price to the counters to at least to move to the average PE of the industry, or even outperform, because due to its improving profits from time to time. Okay, so when we are looking into investing, we really want to look into the fundamentals, but not and a very simple way to look into fundamentals is based on the P to identify whether it's undervalued to buy or not, and the next one is whether is it continue to make money. Okay, the profits, is it still sustained and also improving? Okay, if you get 2 years, then you might really want to consider you want to trade on this counter. Okay, so when we come to investing, there is a trick that I would like to share with you guys as well. Okay, how to get a better field, how to get the your order done before others. Okay, for an example, if you use the good due dates order, okay, at maybe let's say you're queuing to buy at 2 ringgit. Okay, the share price dropping from 3 ringgit all the way to 2 ringgit. Sometimes when it comes to all this crucial support level, you can find the support level. Other people also can find the support level, right? So everyone will queuing at the support level. That's why it becomes the support level. Okay. So when it comes to the support level, if you don't want to queue higher, you want to queue at the support. Sometimes it might just touch and go. Few maybe 100, 200, 1,000, 2,000 share lots, and then start rebounding and rebound from there. And that marked the lowest of the recent movement. So how you can beat others and get the share to queue in front of others? The trick is you can use the good due date. So what is this good due date? like I was sharing earlier on the stop limit, the good to date is a repeated order, so that if you put in this good to date order, it will repeat itself every day until either it's matched or it reached the expiry date of up to maximum a month. Okay, and the expiry date itself must be a trading day. Okay, so but one downside is if there is any corporate action like dividends, like rights issue, bonus issue, all this thing, it will auto cancel, and then you have to queue in the good to date again. Okay, so how do you do it? Is you just click on the validity and then choose good to date. You can do it on our PC platform and also both the mobile platform. Okay, validity, you just put the good to date. So how does the good to date itself helps you? Okay, imagine today you are queuing right over here. Okay, when you put in the queue, you are queue number 8. Okay, and then this 3, 4, 5 over here, they are day order. Their validity is just put today. Okay, so at the end of the day, when the day ended, okay, this 3, 4, 5 that queue in front of you, because didn't match on their day order, they will get removed. Okay, so once they get removed, then you will queue at number 5 instead of number 8. Okay, so make sure you make full use of the good to date so that you can get a better queue. You can stand a better chance to buy it at the support levels, especially for investing. So every tiny bit here and there would help us to achieve better when we are trading. Okay, so hopefully with all these tricks and all this information that I'm sharing today with you guys, like stop limit for the positional trading, good to date for the investing, so that you can get a better queue, the intraday trading, how to identify the sentiments, all this, the gainers, decliners, and how to identify the sectors, all these things. I really hope that all this can help you guys and kickstart um for you to start to do trading. Okay, so really give yourself some time to sit down and ask yourself what path that you are interested and you're looking into it. Okay, and if you really enjoy this section, and then you feel that your friend, your family should know all this information that I've been sharing with you guys. Okay, yeah, thank you, Billy. Okay, if you really think that you enjoy it and you learn something, at least you not to learn, you pick up some of the information that you do not know. Please tag your friends so that your friends can know as well. Okay, they can watch it after this sections, because it is still available on our Facebook video and also our YouTube channel. Okay, tag them so that they can do it. Okay, and for any of you right over here, if you haven't opened an account and then you want to open under us, our dealing team, do scan the QR code to open online account. Okay, and you can put either one of the DR code to tag under our branch. All right. Okay, so if you ready, if you have any questions, you can put it now. Okay, otherwise we will be ending in another 5 minutes. Okay, Carol saying that he tried good today, but after market close, it should, yes, it will show order expired, but on the next day you will see that will be a new order, exactly the same order over there. Because for the day itself, the order is already expired. Okay, it's normal. It's normal. Just follow up and check again your order status. Try to have a habit to check the order status every day to make sure your order is there early in the morning. The first thing when you are brushing your teeth or you're in toilet making big business, you can just spend 15-30 seconds to check your order status. Yeah. Okay, any other questions? All right. Okay. Thank you very much for joining the section. Thank you for spending the time with us today. Okay. Okay. Elky one go teach M plus TC. Angeline, I don't really get what do you mean by M plus TC? Okay, the series Rukumani. Okay, the series you mentioned on P, how to get to join it. Okay, it's For the for that, you just actually just very simple. You just go to our Facebook, okay? You just go to our Facebook, and then search for M Plus Elite Circle, okay? M Plus Elite Circle. Okay, then you're able to find our dealer Facebook page over there, and then you just click follow, okay? Uh, you can find all this the education series that we posted before, okay? And you can also type M Plus Elite Circle to find our IG. It's available on the IG, okay? So it's available on both Facebook and also IG. Oh, Angeline, M Plus technical chats. Oh, okay, technical chat. I have to check my schedule. I think I schedule some of the basic technical trading next month or another month. Okay, but meanwhile, if you want something fast, you can always check back my previous video. Okay, all my previous videos is um available in our Facebook videos. Okay. Bellu, any possible I can join the WhatsApp group as shows just now? Okay. For WhatsApp group, actually all our dealers we do share our picks and what we are looking at all this with our clients. Okay. So as long you are our clients, you can always feel free to check with us. And if you are not receiving right now, then we can add you into the WhatsApp channel and also or the group. Okay, so that you can be alerted what we are looking at, what are the news happening, all this. Okay. Uh, all right. So if you haven't opened an account, uh, just go to our, just go to the, just scan this QR code, and you may open account from here. Okay. Scan this QR code, and then you put either D200, D300, or D316 for the DR codes. Okay. Then you open your account with us under us already. Okay. All right. Okay. Um, okay. So if there is no more further questions, then we shall end our section here today. Thank you very much for joining the section, and good night, everyone. Okay. So it's gonna be another long day tomorrow. Russia and Ukraine doesn't seem to be to reaching a settlement. All right. Okay. So tomorrow will be another exciting day. All right. Okay. Good night, everyone. Thank you very much. Bye bye.